Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Head. When we last left off, Takumi screamed. And he imagined Nanami dying. I screamed at the top of my lungs. How dare you, 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 I can't say it fast. The world went crimson. Fury and grief and shame ran my thoughts to a pulp. Charged blindly at Shogun, grabbed at him, sitting still in the shadows. But there's less of a physical response than I had expected. Fell headlong together with the wheelchair. Must have hit my knee. Pain shot through it. You're missing. Looked about in confusion about the person who had been sitting in the wheelchair. Head had tumbled down by my feet. Gingerly reached for it. It's very hard. Rather than a once living head, it was clearly something akin to a helmet. This is a pitch black helmet. I figured. Oh, that's creepy. Darth Spider! Oh, Darth Spider, everyone! Darth Spider! Shogun was your father the whole time. Chapter 7, Psychopath. Will we ever get the D-Sword? Nope. It was soon to be midnight. The turnstiles of the subway's Hanzo-Mon line were packed with people. The earthquake had led to enormous disruptions in the schedules of all forms of public transportation. Everyone passing through the turnstiles wore looks of unconcealed irritation. Watching them from the corner of his eye, Van Yasuji checked the monitor in the station attendant's office. Then a report from an attendant yesterday morning. When they first heard word that a high school girl was menacing someone with a colossal blooded object, the jurisdictional officers came running. By the time they arrived, however, neither the high school girl nor the man she'd allegedly assaulted were anywhere to be seen. When hearing of the case by abstinence today, Bond got himself interested in the male victim's description. And nagged at him several similar incidents had also occurred, which is why he had come here of his own accord at a time like this. Some of the altercation that had been filmed in all its detail by the security cameras. And he requested that the station attendant let him see the tape. The response was a pleasant yes, but it came along with a warning. It's a tad creepy. For the time being, he made the tape play back on the monitor. The picture is full of noise. It's probably due to the earthquake. Figured it had something to do with all the talk about how the data on the computer's hard disk had disappeared here and there. Determining what had been caught on the tape would be a trial, given that it was barely at the level where you could see what was going on. A lone man appeared in the center of the picture, stood still in the background, near the wall along the right edge of the screen. Located a short ways away from the turnstiles, it was a place no one would set foot in on the way to board or change trains. In fact, the other passengers only cut across the very front of the screen. The awful noise made it difficult to discern the man's appearance, but he was rather skinny and short. He wore a large rucksack on his back. Bond couldn't figure out what he was doing there. After he fast-forwarded through about an hour of tape, a small change abruptly took place. Several of the commuters who had been cutting across the screen walked up to the man and halted. To Bond, it almost appeared as though they were being pulled in by the man with the rucksack. The mysterious part about how they showed no particular sign of starting a conversation with him stood in place and zoned out. Nor did the several people who had halted appear to be acquainted with one another. They were different genders and ages, with no common ground between them. What in the world was going on? When Bond gazed at the monitor, cocking his head, a single girl entered the screen. A long-haired high school girl in the Sume Academy uniform, turned straight for the man with the rucksack, with the exact gait that came to mind when one thought of someone striding. Her movements were clearly different from those of the people who had stopped earlier. As a matter of fact, she pushed aside the lawyers and suddenly hauled the man up by his collar. For some time, the two of them quarreled, or rather, appeared more as if the girl was one-sidedly threatening him. Acting as though this called them to themselves, the people who had stopped there set off on their respective ways. At last, the girl flung the man aside. Treating one step away from the man who had fallen on his bottom, she struck an odd pose. She leaned forward, lowering her center of gravity, and placed both hands together close to the side of her hip. She appeared to be carrying something, but her hands were empty. The report stated that she was swinging around a large blooded weapon. Where could she possibly be hiding such a thing? The answer soon became evident. Without warning, the screen, the camera shook. This wasn't a form of noise. The way the hair and clothing of passing commuters fluttered made it clear that the camera doing the recording was actually shaking. Bond's eyes ate into the screen. Before he knew it, the girl had come to be holding a gigantic sword, one larger than she was tall, though who knew where she had drawn it from. He rewound the tape and confirmed it one more time. No matter how he looked at it, it seemed that the sword had come floating up out of empty space. At least, the girl had kept her center of gravity low and stayed in place without budging an inch. People captured in the monitor saw the sword the girl materialized and burst into the commotion, but she took no heed of others' eyes. The rucksack-bearing man, on the other hand, was blatantly terrified. Oh, yeah, the rucksacks, the green ones, that like mind control devices in the back, desperately scrambled up and tried to run away. But the girl wouldn't permit this. Tracing the man with finely honed movements, she swung that enormous sword with ease. Like a fierce gale, the sword sliced apart the rucksack he was wearing. The force of the impact made him topple over. However, it didn't look like he'd been hurt. In reality, the officer came running to examine the scene after receiving a report about it found not a single remnant of blood. As if she had heard his monitor, though it was a recorded tape, so she couldn't have, the girl suddenly turns towards the camera. The screen went slightly jumbled. The girl's form disappeared instantaneously, almost as if she had never been there from the start. The man's slashed rucksack remained behind as an undeniable mark of her presence. Though the visual noise made it hard to decipher, it's certain that she had vanished from the screen in less than a full second. Bond rewound the film again. There's nothing unnatural looking about the timestamp displayed at the lower right-hand side of the screen. In other words, this tape, it hadn't been edited. If so, how was one supposed to explain away that girl and her sword? Feeling as though he'd seen a ghost or something, Bond was left alone with his perplexity. Oh. So, Senna sliced apart some guy's backpack that was mind controlling him. In the midst of her perfect whiteness, I lay down. I felt soft, fluffy sensation of floating, but I didn't know whether or not I was levitating. I didn't have any sense of up or down, right or left. Silence was noisy in my ears. Like hundreds of crickets were crying out of my head all at once. Wouldn't have experienced any doubts if someone told me this was the world that came after death. For it was so. Monotonous. Simple. Tranquil. Regulated. Orderly. Empty. And peaceful. Maybe this was what it felt like inside the mind of a Buddha who had achieved enlightenment. It was vastly different from being in my head. I wanted to stay here forever. The aggravation, bitterness, and hollowness of reality. I didn't want to taste such things. Just as I thought this to myself, noise started flying into the wide and previously soundless world. It was the sound of a door opening. Someone's footsteps. They drawing closer. Is this a flashback or... My chopped off arm! Well, hand. So this is when he's in the hospital when he was a kid? Someone's hand slid around behind my back. They forced my body up. There, for the first time, I noticed that my eyes were closed. Little girl was there when I opened my eyes. She was nodding at me. My little sister. But she seemed awfully small. How long ago was this? At least it must have been around when we were in elementary school. The young Nanami dipped a plastic spoon into the curry and held it out towards me. I hit her spoon-holding hand. Went on to inexplicably fling away the tray the curry rested on, slamming it to the floor with my arm. Nanami crouched to pick up the hurled tray off the floor, and brought a dish rag from the sink in the corner of the room and began cleaning. That was pretty rude to me. Stop it already. Covering my face with both my hands and slowly closed my eyes. Was that Nanami saying that just now? When I gradually opened my eyes, I saw a white ceiling. Dazzling white. Blinked my eyelids multiple times. Tried moving my fingers. I tried raising my hand over my head. My palm created a shadow. It was what finally released me from the brightness. It's in a dream. Dream about Nanami. Nanami had been the reliable sort even back then. When I stopped speaking to anyone after the bus incident during my elementary school years, that tendency of Nanami's grew more pronounced. Like my parents, suddenly became overprotective. She took care of all kinds of things for me, even while being verbally hard on me. But that dream. Had I ever been hospitalized? I'd commuted there for checkups, but, well, it was a dream, so there wasn't much meaning in seriously pondering minor discrepancies. I lay back on my bed. So white pipe-frame bed, white sheets, white pillow, white linoleum floor, white walls, white fluorescent lights in the ceiling, white curtains covering the window, small white shelves behind the bed, white pinchers set atop them, white paper cups. Suddenly grew sick of it. I raised my torso with all my might. For a second, a numb pain shot through my waist, but it soon diminished. The room was fairly spacious, at least 2 times bigger than my base, but that didn't change the fact that it was so Spartan. Perhaps it was a hospital room. A pair of green slippers had been lined up behind my bed. It relieved me to find a color other than white. I could move my body, so it seemed I hadn't died. My throat was dry. I wanted to drink Coke. Cold Coke with lots of carbonation. But there's nothing of the sort in the pure white room, so I had no choice except to pour water from the pitcher directly into my mouth. It was a little lukewarm, but still more sufficient to wet my throat. So I took a breather after my drink. The door opened, and a white-garbed nurse came in, and then understood that this was a hospital after all. Her eyes went a bit round when she saw me. Apparently she thought I would be sleeping.
あら、西條さん、目が覚めたんですね。
She soon gave me a gentle smile. She's a model nurse. Speaking of which, I had a hunch that I'd seen her somewhere before. Alright, she's the lady who had been in the hospital when Dr. Takashina examined me. What had been her name again? Couldn't remember, so I took a furtive look at her name tag on her chest. It said Hazuki. Yeah, Hazuki said.
お体の調子はどうですか?
Hazuki held a thermometer out to me. The gesture came naturally to her. I just sort of ended up taking it.
体温を測ってくださいね。
If you speak to me that kindly, I'm not going to be able to do anything but meekly obey. My head was full of question marks, but for the time being, I stuck the thermometer in my armpit. Immediately afterwards, memories erupted inside my head. I remembered those events. At the time, I'd given up on saving Nanami, and I seized at the wheelchair riding Shogun. But I didn't feel anything there. What I found myself holding as I toppled over was a Darth Spider helmet. Count Darth Spider, the archetypical villain who appeared in the movie Spark Wars. His black suede silhouette was famous even in Japan. But I had such a hard time thinking of Shogun as being Darth Spider cosplay that I set my wrath lying away, leaving me totally at sea. I got up and looked at the wheelchair. No one was sitting in it. Black hood was draped across the black backrest. It too was part of the Darth Spider costume. I wanted to survey the area, but no one was there. I was the only person who had been up on that pitch-black roof. Press corps came dashing up there simultaneously. Packed in me without leaving me a single gap, holding microphones and spotlights at me. Well over 10 lights and microphones. Their sense of vigor almost terrified me. I wanted to flee, but I couldn't budge an inch. They mobbed me.
結局ニュージェヌの犯人は誰なのかわからなくて、そのダーススパイダーのヘルメットは何か超能力と関係あるのかな。日常さん、答えてくれませんか。これで終わりなんて言うなら電波ジャックですよ。結局何がしたかったんです？ニュージェネに便乗した売名行為ですか？不謹慎だと思わないんですか？ユーリ・ブライトマンさんとは最近話したかな。どんなこと話した？地震とニュージェネについて何か関係あると思いますか？その手に持っている美少女フィギュアは何らかの意識的なアイテムと考えていいんですか？
Hold on. How did they see Sarah dead?
このようなことを
That she's in my pocket.
アニメやゲームの影響はあったのかな？日常さん日常君
The lights came having her incredibly hot. Felt much like getting my skin burned by the midsummer sun. Meeting up people flooding in made it stop and my head went blank. My field of sight swirling on and around. Being driven into a corner, panicking. It hurt to breathe. Cradled my head. Couldn't see anything. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. I don't feel anything. I don't want to feel anything. Stop it. Please stop it. At the same time that I shouted, my consciousness cut off as though I had been short-circuited. Yes, I'd lost consciousness. And then, afterwards, how did I end up in this hospital? Couldn't remember. At least, I don't think I'd come here by my own 2 feet. Maybe I hadn't been carried away by an ambulance. Haskell was writing something down on the clipboard she carried. Must have been holding paper or something. Was she writing about my condition? I confirmed the time by peering at my plain-looking watch on her wrist. After 6 a.m. Must have slept for quite a while. So, I'd have been taken to this hospital. Housekeeping being here must have been the hospital I usually went to. There certainly wasn't anything strange about them bearing me to a general hospital. Something about it didn't quite fit together. Question of why has Hazuki come to check on me nagged at me. After all, Hazuki was a psychiatric ward nurse. Oh, he's figuring it out. She came and looked at me. Didn't it mean that this room was part of the psychiatric ward as well? Were all the beds full with a flood of patients from yesterday's earthquake? Maybe they simply happened to use an empty bed in the psychiatric ward. Perhaps they deemed that my collapse had been a cause of psychological factors? Well, that wouldn't be too off the mark. I grew more and more glum.
昨日ご家族がお見えになっていたんですけど、西條さんの意識が戻らないので、日付が変わる頃にお帰りになりました。今日は診察時間が始まる頃にお母様が来るそうですよ。
Lacking the energy to answer, I nodded at her. Mom, I must be the most disgraceful son of Japan, no, in the whole world. Been broadcast on live TV of all things. A moment of shame had been aired throughout the nation of Japan. It had definitely been uploaded on MewTube too. I had no clue why I had been set up as a miracle Esper boy. On top of that, it was abnormal for them to do a live broadcast of my every little move on the day of such an enormous earthquake. I could only assume that everyone really did have their minds controlled by Shogun. In any case, I'd been publicly disgraced. This wasn't something mild enough to stop an online lynching. Would I be able to live uneventfully from now on? Suddenly, Nanami's face rose at the back of my mind, made my limp and clutched at my knees. Even so, I'd have been able to help Nanami. None of it would have been a problem. Wouldn't have minded even if everyone in the world laughed mockingly at me, saying, "What a pathetic guy," for the rest of my life. But I hadn't even been able to save Nanami. Great big tears poured out of me.
どうしました？どこか痛みます？
Went on weeping on as I shook my head over and over. Nanami was dead. Nanami would never come back. Buddy, it was my fault. And Nanami, she's perfectly fine. Because I was useless. Nanami had died. Coaxed by Saratan's my weak heart's words, but in a rush to give up on obtaining my D-sword. I had viewed myself as a poor little victim, chosen to stay alive, even at the cost of sacrificing Nanami. I loathed my no-good self from the bottom of my heart. If back then, if I had tried only a little harder, even though it had been of my own decision to give up, look back when everything was already done with it and regretted my actions. This was the absolutely worst part of me. That wouldn't save anyone. Even so, I couldn't help thinking along those lines. I'd try a little harder if only I could rewind time and go back. Although if I actually did go back there, I'd surely make the same excuses and give up again. And always like that. I'm truly beyond helping. Nanami, I'm so sorry. Nanami. Hazuki grabbed my back as though to soothe me. I was a hopeless guy, through and through. I was even giving an unrelated nurse a hard time. But my tears wouldn't do me the favor of stopping.
何か後悔していることがあるんですね。でもきっと妹さんも許してくれますよ。
Huh? How does she know Nanami was my little sister? Besides, I didn't need such time-worn words of comfort. Sorry, Hazuki. I just not like another person who's gonna understand what I feel like. She little tested and felt ashamed of myself. Always being spoiled by others. Only thinking of myself. A person like me ought to die. Maybe I should seriously give death a try.
昨日もしきりに西條さんのことを心配していましたよ。とても可愛らしい妹さんですね。
What are you saying? Nanami, my little sister, she died. Abducted by Shogun with her arm cut off, confined somewhere. In the end, she probably died alone. My heart seemed to tear asunder when I imagined it.
そうなんですか？ごめんなさい。勘違いしてしまって。
Till now, I always thought Nanami was obnoxious. When we get down to it, we're siblings who have been raised together for 16 years. She always fretted over me when she called me an idiot and a stupid head. She was always loud and persistent because she was constantly attempting to bring me out of life of dissipation. No, Takumi, I think she's alive. When she brought provisions from home, instead of just chucking them at me, she invariably tried to eat together with me. Usually, a girl of her age would totally ignore a creepy otaku brother like me. None of me spoke ill of me, but she spoke to me all the same. She listened to what I had to say as well. Even at school, far from avoiding me, she'd come up to me of her own accord. Even with an otaku freak and a virgin like me, Nanami always saw me as her only big brother, and as an individual human being. Their existence had been a huge source of support until now. Though it's too late to realize it now. And you'll go on living in Nanami's memory.
でも、だとしたら、鬼ってどういう意味な
Eh? Not quite comprehending what she said, I raised my head. The blurriness of my tears made it hard to see Hazuki's expression. What did she say just
眠
now?
ってる西条さんを、鬼と何度も呼んでいたから、その印
The
象が
person who
強
calls
く
me
て
that. There's only one! Is that really true? I unthinkingly sprang out of bed and pressed in on Hazuki.
はい、何がです
Nanami came. My little sister Nanami. She came here.
いえ、はっきりお名前を聞いたわ。
She called me bro, didn't she?
ええ。
Where is she now?
ですから、昨日はお帰りになりましたけど、西条さんのお母様と一緒に。
Wounded? Was she wounded or
は
anything?
い。いえ、特には。
She was fine, wasn't she? Nanami was fine, wasn't she?
はい。いえ、ななみさんかどうかはわかりませんけど、昨日いらしていた女の子は元気そうでしたよ。
Nanami was alive. As far as I could tell from Hazuki's words, there was no mistaking it. Stupefied, I sat back down on the bed. How on earth? Even though Shogun said, "We won't give Nanami back unless I cleared the quest," surely he hadn't sympathized with us and released her. Or had Nanami escaped under her own power? No, he never took her hostage to begin with. But then how was I supposed to explain the hand that had gotten sent to me? It's not even real. According to Hazuki, Nanami hadn't been injured at all. Well, I mean, that is a possibility as well. Those words hadn't been a lie, but dancing in the palm of Shogun's hand. He had only been deceiving me. No, at this point, I didn't care a bit about being deceived. I see. That's how it is. That's how it was. Nanami had never been kidnapped from the start. While I desperately tried to grasp onto my D-sword at front, Nanami must have been lazing around at home reading manga or going to karaoke with her friends and... Wow, that's just mean. Cry. So, despite the fact that I was crying, laughter bubbled up inside me.
西条さん
Shogun totally tricked me. What a magnificent hoax. Nanami was alive. She was alive. This is why you're in a psychiatric ward. I couldn't see... I could see her... Well, you know, her impudent face of hers again. I could see her yappy, annoying voice. Well, you can hear. I misspoke that. Thought of it filled my whole heart with relief, and joy surged through me. Thank God. My tears wouldn't stop. But these weren't the tears of frustration I had previously. Thank God. Ooh. I was a useless guy, beyond all salvation. Yesterday, too, given up on trying to do something about it with my own strength. But even so, as long as Nanami was alive, I wouldn't seek anything else. I could care if the rest of the world mocked me with its laughter. I was truly glad. I have to call it there, but I want to keep playing. Well, that's enough chaos said for today. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, where I can read some more. And I'd say we're past the halfway mark, right? I want to say there's 10 chapters, maybe 11. Chaos said, and we're on chapter 7 now. So, and even though, you know, later chapters will tend to be longer, I'd say we're past the halfway mark. So we're getting there. See you guys next time with Chaos Head. Bye.